If you have any code written on your site, a lot of times you want to be able to use syntax highlighting for that code snippet that you're posting on your site. Because I've transitioned to several websites over the last roughly year, from Drupal 7 to WordPress and now to a static site built with MK Docs, I don't have that syntax highlighting. So what I'm going to do in this video is actually set up syntax highlighting using highlight.js, and I want to show you how to use it as well. Here we go. All right, we'll go ahead and jump right into it. The website or web page that I have here, rather, as you see, I do have some bash commands here, and they are highlighted in green text. And the reason I highlighted in green text is because, in the old days when before there were color monitors, there was just a basic monochrome monitors, and green was the fairly common color. And then somewhere along the lines, we started seeing white screens and orange and all these other colors. And so to denote my code blocks on my website, I use the green in the CSS. But now I want to get away from that and try to use syntax highlighting as I do more coding and technology related videos and provide documentation for said videos. That being said, there is a syntax highlighter called highlight.js. And the concept is, if you go to the website highlightjs.org, that basically you get this functionality where you put a piece of code in and it will look at the syntax of that code and will highlight certain keywords similar to how things are done in an IDE. For instance, this iframe command here, as you see, the various elements of it are changing colors, and in some cases they will be bolded or italicized if you may be using block comments. And the reason being is that it helps you better see the various aspects of the code. Like I know width, height, and the source or SRC in this case are attributes of this iframe tag simply based upon the color of the lettering that shows up. And I also know that this 560, the 315, and this YouTube URL are the values for an attribute based upon the coloring that it shows up in. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and follow the instructions to get highlight.js set up. You go to highlightjs.org/usage and it will present you with this page. At the time of recording, I believe the current version is 10.1.2. So if you're watching this video in the future and some of these steps are not exactly the same, just double check to make sure the version number is still version 10. If it's version 11 or beyond, these steps may be different. So in the getting started, it says that you need to use the highlight.js on the web page that links to the library in addition to calling the init highlight lighting on load function. That's a mouthful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually go ahead and copy this part here, and I'm gonna get the other two parts from a different web page. And for the sake of this video, I'm gonna put this into my template for my website, but I'm actually move it because I actually have my scripts and styles separated out on various aspects or different pages on the website. All right, and if we go back, so this is the page that you actually copy the commands from. You can use the CDN or JS content delivery networks. That's what CDN stands for. If you don't want to use those, you can create your own custom package. You select the languages that you would like in your package. So it has the most common languages here. And then there are some very uncommon languages or older languages that are down here at the bottom. If you need syntax highlighting for those, you can put those. You can check the box and then come down here at the bottom and hit download. And it will give you I believe a zip file or a tarball that has all of that packaged up, and then you extract it and install it in on your site. Since I'm going to go ahead with the pre-built version for the sake of this video, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and copy this blank style sheet as well as the script, and I'm going to paste it into my template of my website and correct the indentions on that. Now, because I have custom highlighting in on my website for the pre tag, I'm going to go ahead and comment that out and save this file. And then if I come back to my website right now, it's going to recompile or rebuild, because I am using static site generator, it's going to rebuild everything. And those styles should disappear here shortly. And there you go. So now all you see is just this gray block behind here, and the text is just in plain text, which is normally the default behavior for a pre-tag, and there may be a code tag in here as well somewhere. I don't see it off the top of my head. That may be in the Bootstrap core, because I do use Bootstrap on my website. So you'll want to uncomment your custom CSS, and then you'll want to go into the highlight.js, which I did, and let's go back to the base. All right, so that is saved. I believe it is saved. We'll put all this on one line just for the sake of simplicity. I think this actually needs to go towards the bottom of the file. And we'll save that. And all right, so now it's recompiling. Let's see if we get the syntax highlighting for it. And I do not. All right, so go back to the usage page and see if it mentions anything else. So it mentions the pre-tag with the class of HTML if you're using HTML. I am not using HTML. I am, in this particular example, I am using Bash. But what I can do is to put, so we can take this block and I'm going to just drop it down here and use the HTML and save. And now let's go back to the site. Not sure if I did the save or not. All right, so now it's detecting the save and rebuilding. There should be another block that appears on the page. See if that has some syntax highlighting in it. And so yeah, so here you see it has the syntax highlighting for the HTML, and it's kind of following the theme that I currently have on my website with the red and black text, with this particular set of text being bolded. Now, because this is Bash, it's probably not going to do much syntax highlighting on it, because normally when you write commands in Bash, they're pretty much all the same. The output sometimes will vary in color and boldness, but normally the command itself is the same. So that will wrap things up for this video. If you have any questions about Highlight.js, feel free to drop those down in the comment section below. If you have Highlight.js set up on your website, again, I would love to hear about it, and if you see your implementation of it. I will note that there are other syntax highlighters available besides Highlight.js. For now, I'm going to stick with Highlight.js. If I see any benefit of using one of these other syntax highlighters, I'll be sure to make a video about that and the process of going about implementing it on your website. Please give this video a thumbs up if it has been helpful for you. If you have not already, please be sure to subscribe. New videos each week on Tuesday for technology and on Saturday for DIY projects. And so until next time, peace out.